Hello and welcome to another episode of Thoughtful Leaders. And today we have Dr. VK Sethi, who is the Director Research at RKDF University, Bhopal. So, welcome to College Dunia, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, let me introduce myself very briefly. I'm engineering graduate from Roorkee University, or it is known as IIT Roorkee now, 1971 batch. And after that, I did my PG from UK, Manchester. And then I did my PhD from IIT Delhi. So mostly my tenure was with IIT as far as education is concerned. And then I was Director, Ministry of Power, IES 1974 batch, Engineering Services, Government of India. I was Director of Ministry of Power. I was Director of the project at Anpara in the Singrauli. I started my career with Atomic Energy Department. Tarapur Atomic Power Station was my first power plant. Then the second power plant, where I was there, was Badarpur Thermal Power Station in Delhi. And after that, Singrauli. Well, that's how. And then later on, I shifted myself to the education. I went to Osmania University. I was taken by the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh at that time as an energy advisor to Government of Andhra Pradesh. I was energy advisor to Government of Andhra Pradesh up to 2000. And after that, in 2003, I joined Rajiv Gandhi Technical University, RGPV, as director. And I was Pro-Vice Chancellor of RGPV, retired from there at the age of 65. Then I became Vice Chancellor here at RKDF University and retired from there also. Presently, I'm working on two projects of Government of India. One is carbon sequestration project for Ministry of Power, and another one is solar thermal project from Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. So that's a task with me. Presently, only two Government of India projects, each of costing 50 lakhs roughly from both the ministries. And we look forward for a bigger plant, maybe in Singrauli after some time, once the technology is proven here. The technology has to prove. So that is my brief introduction.
Okay. So, being the Director Research at RKDF University, Bhopal, what are some of the upcoming plans for the university?
Well, this is the age of knowledge, and educated people and their ideas, that only can bring prosperity, security, and social well-being. And every university has got some niche area, or you can say a focus area, or you can say a thrust area. Well, every university will have a different thrust areas. As far as our university is concerned, we are focusing on three things actually. Our tripod is basically on three legs. One is the CSR, corporate social responsibility, where we do a lot of work for the villages. We have adopted number of villages. That is one thing, and do social work there. Then another is the R&D by students, student community, right from the graduate level, and then green initiatives. Among green initiatives, we are working on two big projects. We started with solar PV. We are first in the state of Madhya Pradesh to have net metering of 100 kilowatt plant at our rooftop. And that was in 2018 April. Yes, 2018 April. That was the first plant which was net metered with Madhya Pradesh Power Corporation, NPCL. So and then after that we switched over to new technologies like solar thermal, where steam is produced and steam runs the turbine. That project is jointly with RPI USA. We have collaboration with the Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute of USA, which is 190 years old university in New York. And that university is still known as the Polytechnic, but that doesn't matter. It's a very big university. And then they are collaborating with us. Dr. Partha Datta is co-PI in these projects actually. And we are trying to produce steam round the clock through thermal storage systems. And thermal storage is being imported from USA right now at a very high cost of $3,000 a kg. But We are soon going to produce here itself. That is one thing. Another project is a carbon capture project. It's a small plant of 50 kg per hour steam carbon dioxide capture, but it will be the Niti Aayog is very closely monitoring it, and for monitoring this project, they have appointed BHU management department to monitor it and see the results. If the results are fine, then Government of India will ask us to install it at big thermal power plants like 500 megawatt units at Singrauli, maybe Ampara, maybe other projects. So, so basically, we are working on interdisciplinary research in energy and environment. That's our area, and we call it a green projects. Actually, green projects. So our students are also working on that. Actually, there was a team of students till last year. This year, COVID period, now students are not that much active actually. But till last year, the batch of students working on this solar thermal project actually, and in future also we'll involve them once we come out of this pandemic.
Sir, how do you think the future of research will be in the upcoming years?
As I said, that future of research is very diverse actually. If you look at IT sector, it is machine learning, it is artificial intelligence. These are the things which are going to take over everything actually. The old SCADA systems, old data acquisition systems, they will all be replaced by the various machine learning techniques for optimization of those systems. So that is one area of research as far as IT is concerned. As far as agriculture is concerned, the climate resilient agriculture. Resilient agriculture is a very big area of research where a lot of work is to be done. And particularly in India, where we are trying to focus on increasing this, increasing our not only our production, but also the output and productivity of our farmers. That's a focus area, very very important focus area. If you look at energy environment, the synergy between energy and environment has to go a long way, particularly for climate change. And I have attended COP21, I have attended COP22 at Morocco, Marrakesh. Then after that, I was associated with the design of carbon sequestration plants in the country. So that's a very important area because we are dumping to the atmosphere of the order of 0.9 tons per megawatt hour. So much CO2 is being dumped from the thermal power plants. So all these thermal power plants have to be integrated with the carbon sequestration, carbon capture. The dust we are collecting, definitely we are collecting dust from the atmosphere, going to from the chimney of the power plants. But how about CO2? The CO2 has to be captured. So for that, a number of techniques are there. Monoethanol, amine solutions, various techniques are there. That is the area where a lot of work is to be done. And in the climate change side, there are two things. One is adaptation, another is mitigation. As far as adaptation is concerned, you have to make the society adaptable to the change of climate change, lifestyle change and all that. That is that area where EPCO is working in Madhya Pradesh. They are doing a wonderful job. They have got set up a climate change center also. And another is mitigation. As far as mitigation is concerned, renewable energy has to go very far. Right now, renewable energy is about 24%. It used to be 10%, 11% till 4 years ago. But now it is 24%, 91,000 megawatt. So the renewable energy has to grow, and that there a lot of work is to be done as far as efficiency of solar cell, improving efficiency of solar cell from a level of 12% or 30% to 22%, and solar thermal also, because India has got a lot of areas, particularly deserts and all that, where solar thermal can play a very important role. So interdisciplinary research in energy environment is a very big area, but IT, as I said, machine learning and all that, agriculture side is concerned, and climate resilient agriculture is a very important area. So these are some of the focus areas I think we have to work. As far as civil engineering is concerned, civil engineering, of course, civil has got its own the pace of development, but new technologies have to come up. Low-cost housing is one of them. Application of houses where the effect of outside temperature is minimized. One thing. Then we have to work for our army persons also. That is another area of research where we can work for our army persons who are in Siachen and very cold areas of Ladakh, working in very tough climates. So we have to develop certain type of. Right now they are burning Petromax, which is not because already oxygen is less there. So some new technology like thermoelectrics is going to come up. Thermoelectric is technology where they can have Bukharis. Bukhari is nothing but a heater. Bukhari is nothing but a heater. It's a name given from Kashmiri word actually. These are heaters for keeping the rooms warm where our soldiers sleep or stay. So the exhaust of Bukhari can be used for making. That is the plant we are going to have. I think within 15-20 days we are going to develop a pilot plant for that. Then we have given number of presentations with the Army, with the DRDO, and support of universities to DRDO, support of universities to DST, support of universities to Ministry of New Renewable Energy, to the Ministry of Power, and various other ministries. AICT also is very, very important in the R&D area. That is what.
Sir, how is your past experiences helping you shaping the vision of RKDF University?
Well, as far as I am concerned, I have worked only in power sector. Actually, I started my career with a nuclear power plant, the first nuclear power plant, Tarapur. That was the first one, and that was from 1971 to 1978. Yeah, Tarapur. Then thermal power plant. So I have seen the growth of the energy sector. Energy sector, we focus mostly on productivity at that time. We never focus what is happening to the climate, and how much we are dumping CO2, how much we are dumping. Even in Delhi, the Indraprastha power station which we were having actually at that time, dumping ash to the entire Delhi. But that was a time. But we have grown in that direction. And my experience says that I think we have to work in interdisciplinary areas in energy, environment, ecology, and as far as the carbon sequestration is concerned, is another very, very important area where multiple fuels can be produced. The biotechnology department also can. Biotechnology can grow a lot of algae and those things which can produce biodiesel, biofuels, carbon dioxide. So, as far as I am concerned, since I have seen the power sector growth right from 1971 to 2003 before joining university. So, and even now I'm associated with them, with most of the power sector people, MNRE, Ministry of Power. So to me, the strategies in Indian energy sector towards abatement of climate change. Our country is doing well in this direction. Actually, at Paris Agreement also, whatever we committed, doing that. Our commitments are being fulfilled as far as Paris Agreement is concerned. Now, once America joins Paris Agreement, the things will change. Definitely change. That is my idea. We made a white paper at the time of COP22 at Marrakesh. There we made a document known as Small Steps by India to this Great World. Small steps by India to this great world. And in that, we have given that the countries between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn should form a consortium. And that consortium has come up actually. It has come up as the International Solar Alliance. Its headquarters is Gurgaon, NCR, Delhi. Its headquarters is there. And about 126 countries have already joined. Prime Minister, then France, Prime Minister of France, Macron. He's also president of that one. So that alliance can work a lot in the areas of strategy for in the energy sector towards abatement. That is my.
Sir, being the director research, what is the most challenging thing you are facing and how you are overcoming it?
Well, the challenges, I divide the challenge in two parts. One is pre-COVID period, before COVID period, and during COVID, and beyond that. So, at that time, our challenge was that the quality of students, the intake of the students, they have to be groomed. And right from the first year, they have to be involved in so much of practicals and so much of experimentation that they develop interest in the research. And that interest can come right from the first year of the graduate level. So that was one thing. During COVID period, of course, there is a lot of online learning and online IT students are really benefited with the type of things we are producing for them, that the material which we are doing. Other branches also we are doing work hard, particularly agriculture sector and other sectors. Our architecture students, yes, I wanted to focus them on mostly on the technologies of the CAD and the CAD, CAM, and whatever the technologies are available today in the IT side. It should be architecture students should be.
Okay. Sir, any message you would like to give to current youth and aspiring students?
Well, there is one thing I have to say, that there is no substitute for hard work. Hard work is there. And then focus yourself in some direction. Wherever you want to go, whatever your stream is there, in that stream you focus it there in such a way that you bring results. Results can come through experimentation. More and more experimentation. Theory will not work with you. Theory, of course, supports, but more and more experimentation. And more pilot plants. Small pilot plants should be made in the campus. I wish I could show you some of the photographs of various pilot plants where we are testing various chemicals. We are producing new devices, particularly in the solar area, solar thermal area, various areas. And also in life, where there is algae pond is there, the algae is grown, and using carbon dioxide, and then liquid contained from taken out from there, and then liquid can be used for producing biodiesel and biofuels. So So my case difficulty is that I have worked in one particular area. So, but there are diverse areas where we are, as a director research, have to concentrate on all the other subjects. So I'm trying to groom the faculty in that direction. We have got a research group actually. The senior the faculty which are having PhD in different areas like IT, computer science, electronics, and all that. We are all in that particular group, and that group is regularly meeting and sharing their experience.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out your valuable time and sharing your views with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.